Hi everybody, I'm Pete. I'm one of the 40 dealers at Great Road in Acton Vintage. If you've seen some of the pictures on my case, you'd see some themes heavy on watches, bikes, memorabilia. How did I get into this world of collecting? Well, I grew up in a neo-colonial house that my dad built on the Battle Road. So the reenactors would go by, and I didn't realize it when I was little, but everything in the house except for a couple of appliances were old and collectible. So just went around following my dad and picking up his interest in watches, gemstones, furniture, memorabilia, vintage lighting, and just over the years it just came natural, and here I am trying to thin out the herd a little bit. And yeah, it's been fun. You meet a lot of cool people, you get to educate. I'm into history, so I can tell the history of a watch if I know it, or a particular print or toy, or motorcycle stuff. I could talk for probably 3 or 4 hours if I had oxygen, and that's kind of how I got here. What I like about being a dealer in this environment here is things move and turn over quick, whether it's my stuff or other dealer stuff. And so there's always new stuff coming in. I'm always bringing in something, rearranging things, pulling stuff out, and the whole store kind of reflects that. So I will come in to put in stuff to sell, and I'll end up going, geez, I might buy that before I leave. So it's really eclectic, a lot of furniture. One gentleman has a lot of license plates, which I also like. One person has some vintage cameras, jewelry, which I'm into. My dad had a workshop in the basement where he did lapidary work, design jewelry, so I kind of got some of that vibe going. Yeah, kind of hard to describe. If you've seen the pictures in the video, you'll get a little bit of taste of what I'm into, and different things pop up that just I find interesting. I hope other people will find them interesting, and they seem to. In the case now, I have a Matchbox trike, which originally came with a doll figure on it, which is hard to find. It's called the Easy Rider. Not really associated with the movie. I think maybe came out around the same time, but highly collectible. In fact, my vehicle collection started in the early 60s, picking up Matchbox that came from England, so they're kind of cool. This is before Hot Wheels, and they were in little boxes, and just picked up a lot of cool cars, James Bond car, and then I slowly started noticing little motorcycle Matchboxes. They had a Honda on a little trailer, very collectible, different motorcycles, and it just hasn't stopped. I have a Evel Knievel t-shirt transfer in my case. I cannot remember when I got it, but obviously when Evel Knievel really became famous after his jumps, he had licensed his name and image to Mattel and different things. And somewhere along the line, I got a box full of transfers to iron onto a t-shirt, which was big in the 70s. And I have no idea where I got it. But also, it's not Evel Knievel the person, it's Evel Knievel the doll on the cycle. I've got a mix of watches in there. I've been doing pretty well selling stuff. I recently sold a watch from the 1940s that was an early version of the automatic, and that's also known as the self-winding watch. But the early versions didn't have a disc, they had a pendulum or hammer, and when you shake the watch you can hear a little clicking, and that's that pendulum hitting the sides. So they're often called bumper automatics or hammer automatics. and later they were replaced by a disc, which was a little more efficient. One of my more interesting pieces in the case, I recently put in a coin watch, which were popular in the 70s and 80s, where the dial is actually sometimes a copy of a coin and sometimes a real coin. The one I put in there is Swiss made. It's manual, so you have to, wind it old school. It's solid 14 karat gold on I believe a like lizard strap, and it's got diamond markers in places of the numerals. So it's a great little piece, good dress watch, and very unique.